c'est pas grave. Spiders. Toujours pas moyen de switch ça, enfin de passer ça. Hop, allez, on continue là où on s'est arrêté tout à l'heure. Donc on était retourné au Valveneur après avoir libéré la sorcière, enfin magicienne, euh, qui a tué le père donc de Sibyl. Donc je sais pas trop quoi en penser pour l'instant. Je sais pas trop qu'est-ce qui va nous arriver aussi. Et je crois que c'est tout ce qu'on avait fait de plus. Ah, par contre, je crois qu'il y a des quêtes secondaires. C'était quoi déjà la quête secondaire de lui? Qu'est-ce qu'on va faire avec lui? Ah oui, c'est la bête, c'est vrai.
Is it true you quit the booze?
Oh putain, elle est là, elle.
That's a load of bollocks.
I thought so, but I did kill the beast.
Right. Okay then. You and me, we got off on the wrong foot. We owe you one. That's a man's job you done.
I found your soldiers' bodies.
They were my best. I mean, it's sad. So, did you bring back their weapons? I know it's not pretty, but we need them bad.
Yeah, I brought you back their stuff. I just hope it helps the survivors.
Oh, I suppose it's better than nothing. I know I said I wasn't gonna pay you, but those lads won't be collecting their pay, so here, you have it.
Je prends un seul des morts.
About those sentry guards.
Oh, c'est bon, il n'y a plus de problème. Ok. Et ça, c'est bon.
I'm going.
Ok, on est bon. Allez, hop, retour par là-bas. Attends, au niveau des quêtes, on est d'accord? Alors attends, qu'est-ce que quel personnage? Juste en mourir sur de nombreuses questions, ça c'est sûr. Ça dégage. Ok. Ah, c'est Iliestas qui est. Il doit tenter de diriger les siens alors que l'élection de la présidente est sur un discrédit certain. Ok. Ça c'est juste genre plus. Ah, je peux recycler. Lame impériale. Ok, c'est mieux parce que c'est plus puissant. Voilà. Qu'est-ce que je peux lui donner, moi, ça? Résistance. Ok. Résistance physique, dégâts physiques, santé max, capacité d'interruption, dégâts physiques. Je vais mettre ça. Résistance magie son, résistance au gel, résistance au feu, dégâts physiques. C'est bon. Mettre ça, tiens. Dégâts physiques furtifs, capacité d'interruption. Non, elle est moins bonne. Et là-dedans. On va mettre ça. Allez hop. Ah, je crois qu'elle avait un effet spécial sur elle, l'épée.
I'd rather stay here if you don't mind.
Why? You're not planning to give me the slip by any chance, are you?
I don't like the idea of getting locked up by the Red Scribes again. It might provoke me into a loss of my legendary restraint. And I'm sure that you don't want to have to scrape another one of your employers up off the ground.
Well, it's true that I prefer they remain in one piece. All right, fine, you can stay here. But if you do get it in your head to run away, I will find you. You won't like it when I do.
I'm trembling, but yes, I'll wait here.
Si elle respecte ce qu'elle dit, elle est sympa. Ah putain, il y avait un truc par... Je suis con, mais il y avait le son il y avait un truc à chercher sur le côté. Sur le côté droit, j'ai l'impression.
Did you find this famous beast?
Found it and killed it. But don't hold your breath waiting for its fur for next winter, because I didn't bring it back for you.
Excellent news. I knew the village could count on you.
Actually, not so excellent. Alis is dead.
Dead? But no, that's not possible. Are you sure?
When it doesn't move and it doesn't breathe and it looks at you with an even stupider gaze than one of your guards, that generally means it's dead, yeah.
I demand that you show some respect. The Red Scribes are a precious help to us here. Aeolus was a useful man.
Bah, il est parti seul, c'est pas ta
A
faute.
good man. And he was under your care.
Oh, please. Your good man had a few skeletons in his closet. He was controlling the swamp beast to keep people away. He had you all fooled. Aeolus was even ready to kill his own daughter to cover up his secrets.
What nonsense is this? How can you make such ridiculous accusations? Am I to understand he died at your hands?
Eh non.
He turned up all alone at the place where I fought the beast. No guide, no escort. He knew the way. And after coming after Sybil, he tried to kill his captive to shut her up. There was a fight, and he didn't survive.
What madness. What do you know of this prisoner? If Aeolus held her captive, she must have been dangerous.
I don't know much. Edwin isn't exactly the talkative type.
Well then, you must find out immediately. As of now, she is your responsibility.
Oui, monsieur.
I should deliver her to the Red Scribes without any further ado, yet, after what you have told me, I no longer know what to think. She will be given a fair hearing. Until that time, she never leaves your presence. If there is the least incident, I promise you, you shall answer for it. And there is no prison here, in case you had not noticed.
Okay. Sounds fair to me.
However low your opinion was of Aeolus, his death is a great loss for Valvenar. He was meant to be looking into a most disturbing matter.
All right, I can see where this is headed. What do you want?
There is no guarantee that you have the necessary skills to handle this matter, Freeborn Blade. Even Mirana is flummoxed.
What is it? An epidemic?
That's exactly what I'd like to know. Several of the villagers have been behaving curiously of late. They have become distant, taciturn, and barely react to the world around them.
Comme le mec quand il
They're
était
just hungover. You'd know if you got drunk more often. And you look like you need to.
I believe there are a few here who know the difference. It's something else. They seem very concentrated, as though they are observing us. I feared some kind of sickness and that it will
C'est ce
spread
qu'on a
throughout
ramené
the
l'autre.
village.
Got it. I'll slap him around a little. That should wake him up.
My goodness. That's not exactly what I had in mind, but I must confess the results interest me more than the methods.
Well, that's gonna be my method. So let's leave it at that if you don't mind. I'm not helping you because you made puppy eyes at the captain.
Ouais, c'est par rapport à ce qu'on avait vu la dernière fois. Hop, on va là et on va retenir ce qu'il faut. Paf.
Tell me, is it true that you're the demolitions man for the Freeborn Blades?
That's right.
You know, while I can't really do any big explosions, I do know how to make a few traps. And I've actually been working on a new one. But I'm in the dark on a few little details.
Let's hear it. What's on your mind?
Yeah, that might sound a little twisted. Using sharp pieces of scrap metal, such as nails or small blades.
That's not a bad idea. The basic idea is fine, but there's a good chance we won't find the stuff we need around here. But we could replace the tar with...
And do you think we'll get similar results with these new materials?
maybe even better. A little messy, but effective? Oh, hell yeah. I'll give you a list of the stuff we'll need. I'll let you go out and find it all. We'll meet back up in a few hours and assemble it, okay?
Perfect.
Ok.
Greetings, mercenary. What can I do for you?
So are you getting on with the cure to wake up the prince?
Unfortunately, no.
I brought you some.
Excellent. Just give me some time to
It doesn't seem to be working. I was wondering too, a cure made from poison? If it
A lot you know. Lots of cures are made from poisons. But I have to admit that for the moment...
Shit. All that for nothing.
C'est con ça.
I'll be going now.
Sibyl?
Leave me, Vulcan. I don't want to talk right now.
No, I'm staying. We have to talk about what happened. Putting it off until later will change nothing.
You could at least respect my grieving.
You're whining because you just found out your dear daddy was a son of a bitch, right?
Don't say that. He was my father.
Ouais, tu vas un peu dur quand même.
Your father who tried to kill you.
I don't believe he would have done that. He must have had his reasons. Maybe he wanted to scare me.
His reasons? I wonder what kind of reason he had for holding a woman prisoner in the swamps and leaving her to starve. Even I find that disgusting.
She was dangerous. She killed him.
I'm not saying she did the right thing, but if it wasn't for her, you'd be dead. You gotta stop hiding from the truth. Your father hid a lot of stuff from us.
I swear to you, I don't know. I don't know why he had that woman prisoner, and I don't know what happened at the temple.
Yeah, okay. So you don't want to know what he was plotting, what he was hiding from us.
Of course I do. It's the only way I can hope to understand what he did.
That's good. So now we have to dry your tears and pull it together. Since you obviously didn't know what he was up to, you are the only Red Scribe that I can trust. If you want to avenge your father, or even understand him, you're gonna have to help me. But I warn you, I can't stand crybabies, got it?
Yes, I get it. Your bluntness is eloquent. But don't worry, I'll be there when you need me.
Super.
See you
je
later.
laisse. Parce que de toute façon, il faut que j'aille de l'autre. J'ai Edwin avec moi. Alors je crois qu'on a rendu toutes nos quêtes. Pour l'instant, il n'y a que la quête principale à faire. Ce qui est plutôt pas mal. En soi. Bon, toi là.
As I understand it, some people are behaving even more stupidly than they normally do.
That's right. They have asked me to check it out.
Perfect. I'll come along with you.
Hang on. What is your interest in all of this? Is there some special reason you want to continue this investigation with me?
I am trapped in a filthy village full of hateful and suspicious peasants who wouldn't hesitate 1 second to burn me at the stake if you weren't here to stop them. If I stick with you, it's far less risky. And who knows? If I can help you, maybe they'll end up accepting me.
Ok.
Okay, fine. Follow me.
Follow me. Let's go. Comment ça, remonter le moral à... Je vais remonter le moral un peu, non? Là. J'espère qu'elle est hyper forte par contre en tant que magicienne.
Vulcan, for fuck's sake, what did you do to Aeolas?
I never laid a finger on him, Captain. But if you want my opinion, I think he screwed us over.
So you had to kill him?
J'ai pas
That
buté.
was our fucking employer. Could you not take 2 goddamn seconds to think about that?
I didn't kill him. It was this woman, Edwin. She killed him.
That's what they told me. That doesn't change the fact that that dish rag of a scribe was our client. And your job was
C'est un
to
peu compliqué.
protect him. If he was trying to fuck us over, it's up to me to deal with that. And for a starter, where did this wee tart that's spilling out of her dress come from?
She was his prisoner in the swamp. Looks like he was trying to get information out of her, which she obviously didn't give him, considering she's still alive.
All right then. Maybe she can be of use to us. I already spoke with the Aeolas's assistant. Seems he pulled the wool over their eyes as much as he did ours. They're petrified. So they've agreed to honor their contract with us.
Très bien.
I need you to get this Edwin woman to talk. I want to know where she's from, who she is, who she works for. All of it. And watch out for the Red Scribes. We don't want to get fooled twice.
Understood, Captain. I'll check it out.
If you can find Hawk, tell him to get his arse back here. I sent him out on a recon mission and
Oh,
he's
il va
still
mourir,
hasn't
lui,
come
Faucon?
back.
Do you think something happened to him?
Well, there aren't any decent whorehouses around here, so yes, something may well have happened to him.
I'll find him, sir. Captain, I wanted to ask... Captain, have you had any...
Are you?
I'm leaving.
Attends, comment ça... Ah, c'est ma quête secondaire, ça? Enfin, quête secondaire. Faucon. Parce que ma quête principale, je sais pas trop ce qu'il faut que je fasse, là. Peut-être que je lui reparle encore un coup, après l'avoir quitté. Alors, c'est où? D'accord, c'est juste en bas. Voilà, Bazar. Ah merde, j'ai pas vu ma vie. Putain, mais j'avais pas de ressenti comme quoi je t'ai touché. J'ai dû. Je crois que mon interruption a augmenté. Et c'est ce qui fait que je n'ai pas vu que je me faisais frapper la gueule. Ouais. C'est pas mal ces attaques de zone par contre. Pas trop mal, c'est ça.
Hey, Vulcan, over here.
T'es pas mort.
I came across this enormous creature. It's an absolute monster. You've never seen anything like it. Oh, I'd love to catch it. It would make one hell of a trophy, but I'm not sure I can take it down alone. You feel like lending me a hand?
Ok.
You know the captain's looking for you?
Fuck the captain. Oh, come on. He can wait. The beastie out there can't. It could lose itself in the mist at any moment, and we'd never find it.
Okay then. Considering how excited you are, I'm kind of curious to see the thing. Come on, let's go.
Ah, yes. I owe you one, brother. Come
Je
on.
sens que Faucon va mourir à cause de moi. Ah, on est 3 maintenant? Cool.
have
Non.
brought it down without your help. I'll get back to my patrol. Tell the captain not to worry about me.
Ok, ouais, c'est pas une petite créature. Attends. Ça, c'est la créature que j'ai battue là. Enfin, c'est elle. Ok, retour à la base.
Now that's what I call a fucking trophy. I'm gonna dine out on this one.
Aujourd'hui. Ok, t'es en train de me dire, j'espère que ça paraît spawn parce que j'ai pas envie de me faire emmerder. Oui, de win toi. Hop. On a gagné un petit niveau. Et hop, on ramasse ça. Hop. On va faire ça. Alors c'est quoi ça? Dégâts. Capacité d'interruption et résistance aux interruptions plus 50% pendant 10 secondes. Affecte tous les alliés. C'est une compétence, ok. Je vais augmenter ça moi. Alors. Ok. Combat. Combat. Combat, faut que je joue avec d'autres armes. Enfin, d'autres types d'armes. Là, faut que j'utilise des potions. Faut que je recycle. Potions, recyclage, fabrication. Ok. Je vais faire ça quand je serai au village. Je vais faire un petit peu de craft. Parce que autant tout à l'heure, je n'ai pas fait de craft parce que l'autre il a besoin de ressources. Autant là, va falloir que je fasse des trucs. Genre les arbalètes, là, je vais faire du 10 carreaux, voire 20. Ça, je vais être tranquille à ce niveau-là. On va faire ça maintenant parce que de toute façon, j'ai plus de carreaux, ce que je vois. Donc, paf. Carreaux d'arbalète. Assemblé. De toute façon, je peux en faire que 10. Potion de santé. 10. Potion de mana. 3. Piège explosif, on n'en fait pas. Pierre précieuse. Ok. Cuir. Comment on crée du cuir corrompu? Ok. Cuir. Du sang corrompu. Si, c'est corrompu. Je sais pas ce que ça fait de plus que ce soit corrompu.
Vulcan, I do love our little...
Hawk will finish up his recon and head straight back.
You've been working for me long enough to know one thing.
Captain, do you really think we should be trusted?
I've never really trusted that ALS fellow. I could sense he was hiding a knife behind his back. Looks like I was right. But that changes nothing. We still work for them.
Do you really?
If you're... Vulcan.
Ah merde, c'est une autre traduction.
Always fighting, never watching.
Really?
Sex and work rarely make good bedfellows. But here you may have an opportunity to mix business with pleasure. So don't feel you have to abstain.
Do you really think...
If you're looking for a way to keep a close eye...
Really?
Sex...
Très bon chef.
You wanted the...
As long as we have to stay here.
I'm leaving.
Mais attends. Attends, quête secondaire. Faut que je fasse un truc civil normalement. Ah oui, il faut que j'aille enquêter sur les villageois au comportement étrange. Je vais enquêter 2 jours. Ah. Il a trouvé les composants. Alors, est-ce qu'il y a des villageois au comportement étrange? Ouais, lui.
Hello. You all right? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Ok. Ouais, il y en a plein des comme ça. Hop là, Edwin aussi. Bon, tout est bon. Ah, Yael.
Greetings. So how... Do you know this woman?
Of course I know her. Her name's Agatha, and she's my wife these past 8 years.
What happened to her?
Ask her yourself. She don't talk to me no more.
How long has she been like this?
It come over her like a dose of the shits a couple of days ago. See, she goes off with Jervis and the others to go and collect berries in the swamp.
Where exactly did they go?
What? How the fuck should I know? You'll pardon me, but at any rate, they never go far. Otherwise, they never come back at all.
So she didn't go alone? Jervis is one of Mason's men, isn't he?
Yeah, that's him. There were 5 or 6 of them. Why don't you go and ask Jervis? He should be over by the barracks. He'll have a better chance.
Is there anything else strange about her, apart from the not talking?
Well, she ain't much between the thighs, if that's what you mean. She don't say or do nothing. Just sort of lets me get on with it. She don't even pretend to notice what we're doing.
Men. Give them a piece of meat, and they're just a couple of minutes away from satisfaction and sleep.
Yeah, sure, but not every man is like that.
True. Some are more discerning. Others show the meat a little more respect.
I was only trying to give her a nice moment to patch things up between us, sort of.
That's not really what I was asking about, to be honest.
Oh, sorry. Hang on. There might be something else. I woke up this night, and she weren't there. I must have dozed a half hour before I gone back to sleep, but she never come back. I never saw her again until sunrise.
And I imagine you have no idea where she could have gone?
None. And she wouldn't say nothing to me, like usual. I hope that bitch ain't off seeing another man. That's all I need.
I can't imagine why she would want to do that. You seem like the perfect husband.
I'll be leaving now.
On m'a demandé qui c'est qui parlait, mais oui, mais c'est
I
toi
think
là.
we'd better go back and talk to that drunken sot who pretends to be chief of the guard. We need to find out where that expedition is going.
Ouais, il va falloir aller reparler à lui. Petit interrogatoire vite fait.
Have you decided what you're going to do with me?
I'm working on it.
Meanwhile, I remain a prisoner.
You are free to do what you want as long as you stay in the village or with me. But if you cross the line, I'm the one who will straighten you out. So one false move and I blow you up. It's painful. Are we clear?
Yes, very clear. And perfect timing as well. It just so happens that I have absolutely no intention of disturbing this delicious village in any way. A place whose tragic end now seems ordained and over whose corpse the red scribes and freeborn blades will scrabble in the bleeding mud. A spectacle which promises to be unique, and one I would dream of missing for the world.
We'll enjoy the show. But if I ever need your help, I want to be able to count on it.
Very well. You may consider that we have an arrangement.
Yay.
I would like to ask you a few questions. What do you think about our investigation?
They were all part of the same expedition, so it would be a good idea to learn about its movements. They are undoubtedly possessed by some creature, one that is hiding not far away from here. We should go and speak with that model of military rigor, the head of the guards.
Alas called you a sorceress. Well, are you one?
A sorceress? Only a rube or an imbecile would call someone a sorceress. If Aeolus had even a minimum of intelligence and discernment, he would have chosen another term. I do a bit of magic, it's true, but that makes me a magician. Nonetheless, my abilities could never rival those of a lord of the frozen shadows, even if I am far more powerful than any red scribe will ever be.
So this demon inside me, what is it?
I can't say for sure. I've only rarely ever seen something so interesting, but all the same, I'm certain of one thing. Your host is directly linked to the World Heart.
To the World Heart?
It's a simple question of logic. The ritual performed by the scribes had to make contact with the World Heart somehow. Your affinity for flames is a crucial clue.
Okay, but what's my role in all this?
For now, you are the vehicle. You'll have to decide if you're going to use its power or just be a simple vessel.
Can we win this war?
You already know the answer. What was the last battle the Dead Walker army lost?
I never heard of them losing a battle.
In fact, the last time was 12 years ago. In those days, Vertiol didn't even know the Lords of the Frozen Shadows existed, or that they were at war. This all took place in a kingdom in the northeast. I don't recall the name, but their victory was destined to be short-lived. A few days after having stopped the Deadwalker army, the kingdom was razed to the ground by an even greater offensive.
But then it is possible to win a battle.
You haven't understood. Whatever the result of a battle, the Deadwalker army feeds. Whether they win or lose, they always prevail. All the bodies that fall are eventually integrated into their ranks.
Faut juste pas
It's
avoir
a
de
war
bord.
of attrition.
If it were only military victory they sought, yes. But don't forget, they are crafty and intelligent. They can defeat you long before you are overwhelmed by a ruse or by magic.
Sounds promising.
Ok.
Thanks.
C'est pas par là qu'il faut qu'on aille? Faut que j'aille parler à l'outre là?
Look at this. My favorite fucking troublemaker.
According to the steward, some of the villagers have been acting strange. Your man Jervis, he seems even more out of it than the rest of your troops.
Oh, him, yeah. Last couple of days, he's gone completely stupid. Shit. He's got it too. He's gonna go all gaga like those other weirdos.
The fact that he led all the other weirdos on an expedition didn't surprise you any? Where'd they go?
Well, now you mention it, yeah, obviously. It makes sense. They went off toward the southeast, if I remember right. Worthless winesop.
Right. I'll check it out.
C'est pas là où j'ai voulu aller la dernière fois. Puis qui est.
Do you have any suggestions?
Et puis il m'aurait interdit mon démon
Another
à
bloody
y aller.
oracle. Bring me some clues, something concrete, anything. And then I can help you.
Okay, I'll come back when I know more. I'm going.
Je vais voir là.
So where have you been hiding? Heyman?
Comment ça sous terre?
What can I do for...
People standing around like statues? No expressions on their faces?
Of course it does. May I remind you that my assistant suffers from these exact symptoms. It was...
I'll take
Ok.
one.
Oui, je voulais passer par là. Oh bah non, c'est pas par là. Je suis con. Et hop. C'est là que je vais passer.
I'll wait for you here.
Ah putain, c'est là-bas. J'ai bien fait de mettre le truc sonore sur les indices. Pas sur tous les trucs comme ça. Parce que c'est chiant, sinon. Là, j'aurais pas vu du tout celui-ci.
Hey, Vulcan. I was looking for you. I need to ask you something.
What can I do for you?
Nothing, really. Just... What can you tell me about your new friend, the sorceress?
Qu'est-ce qui t'arrive, toi?
Her name is Edwin. I know that it might not seem like it, but I'm pretty sure we can trust her.
You should learn more about her.
That was pretty much my plan. But why are you so curious about her?
Oh, I'm just being careful.
Prédation.
Cautious. I'm just keeping abreast, that's all.
I know little of the ways of elves. Is this their normal way of speaking?
Yeah, well, I'll let you know if I find anything out. How's it going with your new trap?
To be brutally honest, I haven't made much.
Got all the material?
Yes, I have gathered everything.
Perfect. Now I'll show you how to assemble it. This looks pretty good. Maybe I should build some of these for myself.
I can't wait.
Let's change. I'll leave you here.
Je sais pas si je peux avoir plusieurs membres là dans mon groupe. Au moins on a une direction maintenant pour essayer de soigner les autres. Même si c'est pas encore trop ça.
Edwin, I need to speak.
What can I do?
I'm going to have neat.
You offer me...
J'aimerais quand même te parler.
Edwin,
What can I do?
I would like.
Ok, non, c'est rien.
Thanks.
Pas du tout chiant mon perso. Alors parler comme ça. Ah oui, je vais essayer de recycler aussi. C'est vrai que c'est ça qu'il faut que je fasse. Ah, des pieds de secours, je peux pas les recycler? Ok. Je vais recycler tout ce qui n'est pas du même groupe que le mien. Ça, de toute façon. Ça dépend du type d'adversaire que je combasse. Ouais, ça dépendra des types de combats que je mène. Voilà, marchand. Il faudra 2 points. Ah, moins d'ingrédients. Ok. Là, faut que j'utilise 2 potions de mana. Faut que je recycle encore un objet. Je fabrique des ingrédients. Ok, on va fabriquer des ingrédients. Sel brut. Mhm. Ah, mais l'or, c'est juste pour consommer, pour acheter des ressources en gros? J'ai pas tout compris. Ok. Et là, si je regarde dans mon. Alors, oh, des nouveaux trucs. Ok. Si je vais voir là. Ok, il reste plus que le recyclage à faire.
Vulcan.
Captain. I'm leaving.
Attends, faut que je continue à. Faut que je continue à checker. Ah, faudra peut-être par contre que j'y aille de nuit. Parce que c'est de nuit qui disparaissent, paraît-il. Ne me parlez pas. Toi là.
Good day.
You might say that.
Well, do you know what's wrong with him? Have you noticed anything?
Well, of course I noticed. He's the one who's a vegetable, not me.
How long ago did he change?
About
Long.
3
3
days
jours, lui.
ago. He went out hunting in the swamps.
In what way,
Active? You must be joking. But it's the first time in years I don't have to listen to him whinging and complain. And I don't know which of the gods I have to thank, but he don't snore.
You mean he sleeps?
Well, he sleeps less, if that's what you mean. I've even caught him sneaking out in the middle of the night, but he always comes back after a few hours.
Do you have any idea where?
No, I've got no...
It doesn't bother you at all?
Let's be honest. Considering the sort of women what are still available in the village, and he's hardly gonna find any gorgeous sluts wandering around the swamps.
You might be surprised.
You're too kind. I can't decide whether I'm flattered or...
Don't change a thing.
So true.
Sorry to have...
Très sympathique comme personne. Ok, d'accord, j'ai fini mon enquête.
Look at this. My favorite fucking troublemaker.
About those villagers who've been acting weird. I found out that they disappeared during the night.
And is that it? I imagine you'll have to follow them to find out what they do.
Do you have any...
We have to find out what the fuck they get up to at night.
It'd be better if we start this evening.
Hey, you don't doze off. It's time to go out for a stroll.
No surprises there.
Je comprends même pas. Hop. Il n'y a aucun garde d'ailleurs qui se dit ah sortez pas la nuit quoi. Ils veulent se battre là. Pourquoi t'as sorti ton arme aussi, toi? Ah merde, on est contaminé? Il y a Edwin qui va venir. Ah non, d'accord. Je donne toi là. Qu'avez-vous fait? Pourquoi les a tous tués?
That was a close one. This whole business stinks. If we can't tell the difference between one of these creatures and the villagers, we're totally fucked. It seemed like they were coming back from the southeast swamps. Maybe something down there is causing all this shit.
Whatever power be the origin of these possessions, it be ours.
I'll check it out.
Ah, super. Les yeux de tout le monde.
We go east then. I'm not happy about any of this. More and more, I am sensing the Ice Lords behind all of this. You should speak about it with your captain.
Ok.
Captain, we're under attack. The Deadwalkers are headed this way. We have to be ready for them.
Are you serious, Falcon?
As a heart attack, Cap. You remember those strange guys? They were possessed by a Deadwalker creature. It was able to use them to find out everything there is to know about this place, and send back the information to their leaders.
Delightful. That's all I needed. Right. You go and sort out the spies. I'll handle setting up defenses for this rat hole.
Got it, Captain.
Des espions partout. Ça, c'est pas cool, ça, les espions qui permettent de prendre les humains, là. Et on va être sauvé juste parce qu'on a notre démon, potentiellement. Ah, mais notre démon, il a pas dit à un moment, je fais tout pour te empêcher qu'il y ait un autre qui prenne ta place. Enfin, sa place. Ah, je sais pas comment il a dit ça. Faut que je prenne par où déjà? Par là. J'y vais de nuit, y'a pas de soucis. Allez, bébête. Salaud. C'était moi une. Il manque. Oui, il manquait. J'aurais bien aimé qu'on soit 3 par contre. Merde, c'est pas par là. Je comprends. Mais bon. Ce que j'adore avec, par contre, avec notre chère magicienne, c'est que, hélas, son attaque glace, qui est trop bien quand tu commences à être dans la merde. Tu recules sur elle, t'es en mode full protection. Paf, c'est par tout le monde. Là. Ah, c'est bien ça, c'est bien là où j'étais tout à l'heure. Ouais, c'est pas grave. Il y avait autant d'autres tout à l'heure? Il y a pas les monstres par contre. Est-ce que ça respawn là? Non. On pourra passer par là pour aller là. Oh putain. Elle est où d'ailleurs là? Elle est bloquée? Les IA qui se bloquent, j'adore ça. Faites tes bons choix. Attention, les choix que vous ferez dans le jeu ont souvent une implication sur la suite des événements, notamment ceux concernant cet invité qui vous possédez en jeu. Ah.
There is none that thou knowest in this cavern, rest assured of that. The being that lives here wishes to take over this body.
Huh. You mean my body?
A pity that thou art not as combative with it. It is consuming thy mind e'en now, and yet thou dost offer no resistance. If thou dost allow it to continue, thou wilt be erased, replaced, and that is not in my best interests either.
Now that's ironic. Isn't that what you're doing to me?
An insulting comparison. This parasite is nothing. It is insignificant. I can easily protect us, if thou dost allow it. Thou shouldst give me more space, more liberty. Open thy mind instead of keeping me prisoner.
Yeah, we'll see. You're asking me to let you come in and mark out your territory. But at what price?
Thou wilt gain access to a greater part of me, to my knowledge, to my power. All that thou risketh is to gain in knowledge and power, and that can do thee no harm. We shall only be stronger, both of us.
Well, let's see. Everything is rosy and without a care.
I imagine that thou wouldst undergo a slight physical transformation. Thy body was not conceived to contain a power such as mine. It will consume thee if thou refuseth to evolve.
There we go. Admit it. You feel better.
Whatever thou risketh in trusting me is insignificant in comparison with what awaits us if thou dost stay and do nothing. If thou dost refuse to evolve, we will both soon be lost, and this world will follow.
Let's get out of this hole and try to think of something else. Edwin or the Red Scribes will surely find another solution.
Thou doth flee. We have no confidence in these people, we both know this. Just as we both know thou wilt never pierce the secret of this cave without me.
Maybe not without you, but definitely not like this. Whether the scribes are worthy of trust or not is really not the question. Everybody feels like it's in their interest for us to succeed.
Each has a different view of what the meaning of success is.
I just want to get shit-faced and never have to hear your voice again.
Judging by your vacant look, I assume you've had an exchange with the demon.
He offered to protect me against the magic that haunts this cave, on the condition that I let him have more space in my mind.
And? Did it not work?
I refused. I'd rather explore some other solutions before I risk losing my mind, thank you very much.
It's ridiculous. You have the potential to become the most powerful being in Vertial, and you refuse that opportunity because you're afraid of not being able to control it? Time is short. The thing in that cave grows ever more powerful with the passing of each hour.
Hey, on va trouver un moyen sûr. Gros vivre. Elle approuve pas le fait que je n'ai pas libéré mon esprit à ce démon, que je n'ai pas livré mon esprit. En même temps, pas trop envie quoi. Si je pouvais rester celui que je suis, ça serait quand même vachement mieux. Là, je peux encore faire le demi-tour et faire l'autre choix, hein, mais en soi, je me dis, ça pourrait potentiellement libérer des pouvoirs. C'est ce que j'aurais dû faire. On va essayer de rester un maximum humain. Parce que là, il proposait vraiment une transformation totale quoi. En plus, il me disait bien vos actions auront des conséquences. Alors, soit le village va être détruit à cause de moi, parce que j'ai pas voulu me sacrifier. Soit, je sais pas. Soit je viens de me sauver la vie. Oui, c'est bon, on passe par là. Lance. perds quand même vachement vite de la vie. Hein. Allez, je ramasse tout au petit caca là. Et retour au village. On va voir ce qui va se passer. Mes conséquences. Les conséquences de mes actes. Captain?
Vulcan, I do.
I'm leaving.
Ok. Je voulais te faire un rapport, mais. Ça en fait des portes à ouvrir. Attends, pourquoi il y a un accès là, Ah, mais non, oui, je suis con. C'est si je veux retourner au marais, il me propose ailleurs. Là, elle va me dire non, je viens pas.
I'll wait for you here.
Voilà, comme d'habitude. Votre journée, toutes vos quêtes ici se trouvent être répétées. Ouais. Chaque compétence débloquée peut être améliorée 2 fois. Ouais. Ah, c'est vrai que c'est eux qu'il faut que j'aille voir. Lui.
Greetings, mercenary. What?
There's a cave I can't enter. Something inside tries to devour my spirit. You wouldn't...
Funny you're asking. Turns out I started working on a potion to help you fight the presence of the demon in your mind. But its effects should also help you against an external
I need it right away. The same...
I made 2 doses. Here, take them. If someone is with you, it can be used to
Thank you.
Voilà, un petit élixir. Rien de ça de pressé. Par contre, faut faire le chemin inverse, c'est chiant. Et hop, tu viens avec moi.
And when?
What can I do?
I'm going to have...
You offer me.
Le pire, ce que je vais voir, c'est est-ce que je peux avoir 2. Non, je peux avoir qu'un seul compagnon puisqu'il m'a donné qu'un seul élixir. Pas que 2 élixirs. Hop. D'ailleurs, il doit plus y avoir sa femme, lui, là.
You killed her. I thought you'd come to help.
Ouais, c'est bien ça. Je suis devenu un meurtrier pour les gens qui sont là. Elle doit être contente, non?
You got some nerve coming to see me.
Ok. Pas très content. Et je les comprends. Let's go. Bah, Delta du Sud. Voyons voir si tout a respawn ou pas. J'espère que ça va pas respawn. Au moins les créatures qui sont sur le chemin, je crois que ça respawn. Genre là c'est bon. Ça a l'air d'être pas mal. Chaque fois je me trompe de un petit peu. Hey, toutes les créatures, personne ne respawn. Après ça respawn peut-être sur un cycle jour-nuit. Possiblement. Puis aléatoirement les respawn, parce que sinon c'est pas drôle. Non, ça comprend. Comment ça j'ai 2 trucs? J'ai 2 marqueurs collés l'un à l'autre. Ah, pour prendre l'élixir avant de rentrer. Il nous laisse le choix quand même de pouvoir prendre l'élixir ou de quand même faire la transformation. Ah, il y a quand même la phase de combat à faire. Enfin, refaire. Je croyais qu'il y avait un nouveau mob. Et après j'ai vu que c'était vert donc ça allait. Que je lui parle.
Edwin, I need to speak to you.
What can I do?
I would like to... What do you think?
We just have to find this creature.
Thanks. This is the place. Now's the time to find out if this potion is gonna work.
This is... This brew is worse than those sold by common charlatans. I wouldn't count on it doing much.
Niveau 15. Alors, qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Grâce à la méthode de fabrication élaborée par vos pièges ont un rayon d'action. Oh! Il y a des trucs automatiques. Passionné. Ouais, ça c'est les gains d'expérience. Je vais augmenter le gain d'expérience. Parce que si j'augmente le gain d'expérience, j'aurai plus de points. Puisque je vais monter plus vite mes niveaux. Ça c'est pas disponible. D'ailleurs, un tiers c'est quoi déjà? On y mieux les pièges. Ouais. Je vais augmenter ça aussi. Tac. Au niveau des compétences, je vais améliorer mon feu. Paf. Ah. Allez, on y va. Entre des murmures.
Beware of those creatures. They are powerful and probably the most vicious.
C'est vrai que le garde soldat patate avait dit qu'il avait cru entendre sa mère. Bah, ça devait être cette créature. Oh, c'est bon, calme-toi. Est-ce que je peux monter là? Allez, descends. Viens. En fait, là, je crois que je peux faire ça. Ah, ok. C'est juste que c'est allumé de base. Ah, c'est sympa ici. Ah, une nouvelle arme pour ça. Ça, je... Intéressé. Hop, ingrédient et... Prêt. Bien meilleur. Impact, je n'ai pas assez d'acier. Ok. Voilà. prête? Il vient où là? L'archer va faire chier. Let's go. On va au combat. Oh putain, d'accord. Ah, le poisson il va pas rester aussi longtemps. On peut faire assez de dégâts sur les créatures basiques comme ça. Allez, par là-bas. Let's go. Allons tuer de l'archer. Putain. Peu de choses près là, je te vends. Good. Tout est nettoyé. Faut aller par là. J'ai pas repris la porte d'ailleurs qui était là-bas. C'est pas grave. Metal bolt. C'est charmant comme coin en tout cas. Ça sent mauvais. D'accord. Ouais, sale bête. J'ai plus de carreaux d'arbalète par contre.
been spying the village. Now that I see you, I understand why you'd rather not show up in person.
Comment je combats la magie là? Ah par contre attendez. Ah, résistance magique, résistance magique. Résistance magique.
Somebody's ass. And guess what? I ain't found any mushrooms.
Faire. Fous l'arbalète. Je sais pas comment il a réussi à soulever sa main alors qu'il était, le mob avait la main sur lui. J'ai tout balancé dans l'arbalète. Tout. Hey Anton, j'avais même pas vu ton host. Putain, j'ai pas eu ton message. Fais chier.
Do you believe you've won a victory, mortal? The dead walkers come. Your pathetic little village has been discovered, and soon will no longer exist. Today I fall, but dozens of new brothers and sisters will rise from the dead. The Dark Lords will raise me up again, and they will reward me.
Well, your Ice Lords have never messed with a Powder Master, now have they?
If you listen to the rabble who actually live in the swamps, we should head back to the village now. If he was right, and a general is directing the attack, only your power could stop them.
Voilà. On reste tout le butin. Par contre, moi je l'ai tué par là, je crois. Ouais, le butin a disparu. Pas de butin sur la créature, super. Par où on va là? Est-ce que ça va me sortir cette sky? Je suis même en train de me demander si mon logiciel n'était pas en train de ne pas me montrer les messages. J'ai pas de message mis à jour là. Le truc c'est que si je fais retour Windows, je crois que le jeu peut cracher. Je vais attendre de sortir de là. Je verrai. Il faut que je mette à jour deux trucs là. Delta du Sud. Alors où est-ce qu'on sort là? Ah, on ressort là. Ok, d'accord. sauvegarder vite fait. Je retourne Windows. On espère que ça crache pas. Je regarde un truc. Ok, alors ça on est bon. Ça on est bon. Par contre, pourquoi le son c'est pas fait? Je vais faire un truc. Je vais réactiver ça, je vais désactiver ça. Ça fera peut-être pas les mêmes sons, mais c'est pas grave. Par contre, les donations, j'aurais pas les trucs, mais bon, personne donne donc ça. Pas trop de risque là-dessus. On essaie de retourner dans le jeu. Est-ce que le jeu a crash? Le jeu a pas crash. Ok. Alors, faut que j'aille à droite.
I know this place. The village is not far away to the right.
Yes. Je sens que le village est détruit. Et je sens qu'on va être tout seul avec Sibyl, tout ça. Je sais pas trop. Oh purée. Attaque-le, vas-y. Il est full empoisonné là. Ah, attends, je peux faire ça. Par contre, attention, ça va péter. T'es morte? Non, c'est bon. Les petits sacs sont compliqués à voir. Ah, c'est sûr, le village s'est fait attaquer, c'est mort. J'ai l'impression de faire plus de dégâts. Ouais, c'est chaud. Par contre, le truc de fait que mes alertes marchent pas à chaque fois que je relance, c'est chiant, ça veut dire qu'il faudrait pratiquement que je relance à chaque fois. Ça non.
We were up to our necks in it. They're everywhere. We're holding this gate, but I think the others have been overrun.
Do you know where the captain is?
He headed for the center of the village. Sounded like it wasn't going well over there. You should go and help him.
Ouais, petit sac à ramasser. Oh putain, il y a mes potes qui sont morts. Ça c'est chiant ça. Nos frères sont morts.
You go back to the captain in the middle of the...
Ah, c'était sûr que le village allait se faire attaquer pendant qu'on n'était pas là. Bête. ça? Non, putain, mais on est rentré en combat à cause de l'autre là. Par contre, la magie de. Ouais, sa magie elle doit être trop puissante contre eux. J'ai l'impression que ce truc c'est un truc exprès contre les esprits, donc ça a l'air d'être bien puissant. Défendons tout le bas. Je vais essayer de nettoyer tout le bas. On aura un truc particulier. Non, rien. D'accord, ici il n'y a personne. Pourquoi t'es sorti ton épée? Ah! Oh non! Monsieur Patate! Patate! Ah, salon, pas patate! On fout, y'a patate! Oh, patate est mort. Oh, trop bien ça. Vas-y, explose-le là. Ah mais je peux faire ça moi, c'est vrai. Pourquoi j'oublie? Non, patate, t'es mort? Putain, patate, il est mort. Fait chier. C'est quoi ces gens? Oui, c'est vrai. Alors. Ça fait pas mal de points. Ça, on s'en fout. Hop. Moins de faire des carreaux, c'est très bien. Oh putain. Ah, des seigneurs de garde.
The prince is on the move again, and he's not wasting any time.
The puppet he confronts. It is not like the others.
C'est pas important, je pense.
It's more likely to be the puppet master. He looks like a Deadwalker general. He's probably leading the assault on Valvanor.
All of this power he animates with, it belongs to me. It was stolen and twisted by your miserable magicians. It is time to take back what is mine by right.
Okay.
If you're planning to take care of him like all the others, sounds good to me. Prince Arundel won't last long facing that kind of monster.
He is using more power than thou wilt allow me to deploy.
I can take care of myself, and here's my plan. I'm gonna come at him with everything I've got. Killing their general is gonna screw up our enemies big time. Let's go do it.
Oh, enculé. Ok, ok. Arrête de me donner des coups de pied, toi! Aïe. la magie hein, contre lui de toute façon. Easy second.
I know not what thy father did to him, but he seems to want to take revenge.
Ah, ok, d'accord. De toute façon, non, j'ai d'insulter mes gentiment, ça. Super. Il a invoqué plein de mobs, n'importe quoi. Oh, ça reprend au tout début du combat? Ah ouais. Non, beaucoup trop. Attends, c'est le prince qui vient me frapper là? Ils sont où tous les autres là? Non. Par contre, j'espère qu'elle va revenir, ma copine là. Ah bah elle est morte. Je fais botter le cul quoi. D'accord, en fait je peux contrer mais c'est chaud. Pas gringo. Salut Uncle Pom Pom. Ouais, c'est chaud. Ouais. C'est mon premier que je bats là comme ça. Ah, ça va envoyer un message fort à tous les meubles. Tremble un peu mon mec.
That was one tough death's head, but it won't command anyone now. Without their general, the Deadwalkers should leave us alone for a while. But they'll reorganize, so we can't stay here.
You're right, mercenary. Let's use the time to leave. It's now or never if we're going to get to Karalthas. My father and the armies of the Free Nations should be there. If we hurry, we may be able to participate in the mother of all battles and finally push back the Ice Lords.
If thou dost throw thyself into this battle, the only thing that thou wouldst find is thy death, and the only chance thou hast for saving this world will disappear with thee. Their armies will not win. He knows this, but that is not what motivates him. He is seeking his father's approval. He wants to buy the crown by delivering us to his king. He believes we are at his command. But he is mistaken. I only serve and live for the World Heart. Thy elven city is closer. I can feel it. Forget these suicidal battles. If thou join with them, thy so-called friends will end up turning against thee out of fear or envy.
Ça veut dire quoi? Ça veut dire ça veut choisir la personne avec qui je vais continuer?
Edwin seems to be fascinated by you, and I'm the only one who has supported her. She has no reason to oppose me.
The alliance of pariahs. Do not say that thou dost really believe that. Especially about that sorceress. She will do anything for a bit of power, and thou wouldst cling to her yet? Thou hast no more choice. Thou must hasten to the World Heart and purify it. It is thine only chance. Do combat there, and if thou art not slain, at least one of thy companions, if not all of them, will betray thee to try to control or study the power I bring thee.
Vulcan? Vulcan? You were far away. Is it the demon? He was talking to you, wasn't he?
Yes, it happens sometimes.
You have to make a decision soon. Will you join us in the battle at Karalthas?
I don't know yet.
I understand. It's been a long day. I'll let you think it over for a while. Let me know when you've made a decision.
Okay.
Do you think we should listen to Prince Arundel and go with him to Karlthas?
The great elven army and what is left of the human army in this part of Vertial are now gathering at Karlthas. Separately, none of these troops stood a chance. But united... well, in any case, it's the only hope we have left. Reinforcements from the Freeborn Blades and Red Scribes will help. And so will you, from what I've seen. And even if I don't approve of all the strategic choices made by my sovereign these last few years, I think he'll rise to the occasion now that he can no longer retreat. He knows the lands around Karlthas perfectly, so I'm sure he will bring the battle onto terrain that will favor us. And since you're curious to know more about what happened to you, my people's scholars are famous. They can surely help you.
You've got it all figured out.
I believe we can manage to hold the Deadwalker army back this time. Though it's a bit early to start celebrating.
Ouais, mais même si on se bat contre elle, le problème c'est que si on a des morts, bah ça va juste... Attends, c'est qui tout ça? Si on a des morts, ils vont juste se réveiller en fait. C'est le problème. Ils sont tous là.
What do you intend to do now? We can't stay here.
I have to talk things over with the other members of my order. But we planned on going to Karalthas. And I think that is still the best idea. Everything that is left of the human and elf armies is there. If we join forces, we should be strong enough to hold out against the Deadwalkers. The contract with your company only ends once there anyway, and I doubt your captain wants to break it. What's more, it might be an excellent opportunity to learn more about your guest. The Elven sages are famous, and their library holds many reference books. And I suggest, until we should learn more, that you neither listen to it nor obey it. I think it's lying to you, manipulating you, and that it has other goals than just our survival.
Arundel wants me to go with him to Carolthas. What do you think?
You should go with him. Carolthas is our only hope for now, and the prince seems like a good man. We would be safer there. Both the human and elven armies are gathered there, and I believe you may find some answers there also. The elven sages are some of the wisest people on Vertial. If anyone can figure out what has happened to you, they can.
It's pretty obvious what happened to me. A demon has somehow gotten into my head, and now I gotta live with it.
And this does not worry you?
All I know is, I'm a lot stronger since this demon possessed me.
For now, all you seem to care about are these newfound powers, this presence that makes you feel stronger. But what will happen if it also grows stronger? Have you noticed how much you have already changed? I fear that soon there will be little left of Vulcan. In any case, you must find out more about this thing. You must go to Carolthas so they can examine you. I believe you must find a way to control this thing, or even rid yourself of it before it's too late.
J'ai que les yeux qui sont des yeux de démon.
Do you think we ought to follow the prince to Carolthas?
If you want to get to the World Heart, we'll need to go by there. But the prince's company seems both unnecessary and dangerous. Believe me, I know his type all too well. Invested with a mission he is soon overwhelmed by, probably named by some obscure prophecy. In the name of his family, or because of an idealized vision of his future duties as sovereign, he will give his all. In other words, all his imbecility. Chasing after glory and honor, unprepared and unprotected, he will only lead us to disaster.
Seeing the shit we're in, I don't think he's doing it just for the glory. He's got an interest in having everybody survive.
And in making it look like everyone has survived entirely due to his talents, and not those of a mercenary who can produce flames and defeat a general of the Deadwalkers. Do you really believe he wants you around just because he enjoys your company? Not to mention the increasing threat implied by our friends dressed all in red.
What do you suggest we do?
When we get to Carolthas, we better give them the slip and head to Blackfrost's domain.
Why should we go down there?
Because those lands are positioned quite close to the city of the elves, and like all the lands of the Ice Lords, it's a point of entry into the World Heart.
Okay. Capitaine!
We'll be able to break camp soon. Where's our next objective?
For now, we're going to stick with the Red Scribes. They haven't paid us yet, and they won't until we reach Carolthas. In any case, that's where we're headed. I sent Wolf on ahead of us a few weeks ago to see if he could find fresh volunteers for us, but I don't think there's much hope of that. This war is looking worse and worse for us. In 10 years fighting, the Deadwalkers haven't lost a single battle. I suppose we could hide for a while. But considering what's left of Vertial, that would be like hiding in a pile of ashes. We have to come up with some alternatives. And for now, I can only think of one. The demon. For the moment, it's the only card we have left to play.
Oui, mon capitaine.
My captain is less stubborn than thee. Methinks I should perhaps have chosen him.
Ah, il était pas dans la salle, je crois.
That's not a good idea, Captain. As long as we still don't know what he is, and more importantly, what he wants, I wouldn't trust him.
Well, up until now, he's been useful. I think if he'd wanted to harm us, he would have already done it, huh? But it's you that has to live with him, so I guess it's up to you.
Et ouais, respecte mon choix.
Prince Arundel is asking us to join up with his forces in Carolthas to fight the Deadwalker army. What do you think?
For years now, the Knight has fought in many battles and with many different armies. The generals, the kings, and the chiefs of those armies were usually ready to sacrifice the lives of their men with no remorse in order to win. If the mercenary goes to Carolthas, this prince will use him for his own purposes and sacrifice him if needs be. He cares for nothing beyond his own safety. And if he is faced with the Ice Lords, he would turn and flee, as did his brothers before him. The knight is weary of these doubts and petty thoughts. He wishes to return to the attack and strike the Ice Lords at their very hearts. If he was in the mercenaries' place, he would listen to the demon and follow its plan.
Ouais.
And he would like to know that he would not stand alone in this final battle.
Ils sont là pas mal à dire qu'il faut écouter.
There you are at last. So, have you made your decision?
I'm still thinking.
Don't wait too long.
Il y a tout le monde, hein. Non, pas toi.
That's not...
There you are at last. So
We will go together to Carolthas, but once there our paths must part. I have to find the World Heart and purify it.
I hope that you will change your mind on the way. We will need you.
Ouais, mais s'ils tirent vraiment leur pouvoir du cœur monde, il faut que je sauve le cœur monde. Fini le marais. Enfin, je n'aimais pas du tout le marais. Ailleurs, super. Et capitale du royaume F, je contrôle la dynastie Arundel depuis plus de 400 ans. Presque toutes les armes peuvent être améliorées. Ah, je rêve. Bon, t'es qui, toi?
It is but a stage.
It's not enough.
It is a stage. To move in haste would risk incinerating this body, and that is not what we want. Why think thee that the necromancers use their ritual spears to suck the lifeblood from the world heart? Why think thee is't that not one among them can control the flame? They can but use the energy of the world heart. We hold its power, the flame. Aside from the dragons, no fleshly vessel has ever been able to master it.
Yes. See what good it did them? Now that I am revealed, the sorcerers will covet this power.
As do thy supposed allies. Thou shouldst beware of them and their weakness. Let nothing stop thee from preserving thyself, lest we
Il y a quand même du
finish
sang partout, j'ai l'impression de
as did the dragons.
Perhaps it is time I took things in hand.
Vulcan, have you seen something?
They use thee.
On dirait un prince de glace, mais je sais pas. Les steppes. Ouais.
Coming, Vulcan? Your captain will be wondering where we are.
Huh? Yes, of course. Let's go.
Je suis juste en train de brûler. Ouais, il fait chaud, hein. Pas froid dans la neige.
There you are, sire. Right. Change of plan. Seeing how cold it is, it will come as no surprise to you to learn that the dead walkers have already been here. They're still close.
We must rejoin my father's army as swiftly as we may.
Oula.
I think we already found them. Take a look around us.
There are survivors. Apparently they are camped not far from here. This soldier will lead us to them.
Prince Arundel, my lord, can it be you?
Soldier, what happened here? Is the king with you?
The Deadwalkers took us by surprise. The cold and the ice. We stood no chance. Almost all of the city has been invaded by the ice.
My father! Where is the king?
I know not, Your Highness. But a few of us were able to escape. Lord Commander Valen has built a camp close by the city.
Valen is here. Take us to his camp.
Tu peux être très
By
gentil,
your
toi.
leave. Follow me, my lord.
Là, c'est pas encore la capitale des elfes, là, on est d'accord.
My prince, we had lost all hope of seeing you return safe. We have no word from Bastion.
Bastion is lost, Valen. We came into this war too late. The General of the Alliance gave his life that I should escape with Relmar.
The deserter. What business did he have at Bastion?
The deserter was fighting, while you and your wondrous army waited warm and safe, sat upon their asses. I hope the result is pleasing to you, Valen.
Silence, both of you. Relmar saved my life, Valen. For now, you will consider him pardoned.
By your will, my lord. And I see that you are escorted by the Freeborn Blades.
In truth, they are escorting the Red Scribes. But their presence is our good fortune. They have already once put the Dead Walkers to rout in the marshes. This man slew one of their generals before my very eyes. I will tell you more of this later. Now I must speak with my father. Where is he?
No one knows, my prince. The king was still in the royal palace when the river Estelduin fell upon the city.
The river? What happened?
'Twas like a great wave that froze all that it touched. We had seen the approach of the Deadwalkers' vanguard 4 days before, and we had raised Caroltoss's defenses in preparation. Not even the sight of 10 juggernauts would have feared us, but we never dreamt that an Ice Lord would come to lead the assault himself. He walked calmly to within an arrow's flight of the gates, never once speaking. And then, the river rose up from its bed to form a gigantic cloud that hung up over Caroltoss. We understood our peril too late. Near all of our soldiers stood atop the ramparts or in the streets when the ice cloud fell. All were frozen where they stood. That was his signal to launch their assault, but we were already vanquished. We fought to cover our retreat.
Away.
We must find the king.
I know, my prince, but every entry to the city is guarded, and we cannot risk being discovered.
It is clear we will not travel 200 paces if we do not first slay the sentinels close to the encampment. Only then will we be able to attempt to enter the city and save your father.
I'm sorry, but you'll be going without the Freeborn Blades. Our mission here is completed. We will only be able to go on a reconnaissance mission. I had men in Caroltas. If they're still alive, I must do all I can to get them out. But if it's confirmed that they're dead, my company are leaving. The Red Scribes have been delivered to Caroltas. Our contract has been fulfilled.
We are only delivered outside the city gates of Coralthas, Captain. The gold that we owe you lies inside its walls.
We have brought you as close as is possible. I will not send my men to their slaughter. You are in the hands of the Elven army now, Liestas, as was promised. The fact that you failed in your mission is not my problem. You can keep your goddamn gold. There's nowhere left in this cursed region to spend it anyhow.
That is regrettable, Captain. Your experience would have been a boon to us. I can only hope you will reconsider your decision.
Some of my soldiers tell me that the Deadwalkers have taken prisoners. Perhaps your own men are amongst those unhappy souls. Vulcan, we'll make camp close to the south gate. You go and question those lads. With a little luck, one of them might have seen something.
Understood, Captain.
Wait! Wait! There are many powerful creatures around us.
How powerful?
One of them feels too strong, even for you. The others are less able to resist you. You should start with the weaker ones and absorb their energy before taking on the big one. Do you think you can handle it?
I'll let you know after I've tried.
de choses à voir. On va faire un petit tour déjà.
Do you have a moment? I wanted to ask you a few things. What do you know about Carolthas?
It's a very ancient city. Far more ancient than it appears. The elves are master preservers of architecture. They shrink from destroying, preferring to construct new strata on top. You can find traces of Caralthas in works that are over 1,000 years old. Some buildings, like the Royal Palace, are of unequaled complexity. But the city also incorporates more primitive districts. And they're...
What happened here?
As far as I understand it, the Elfin army was caught unaware by powerful magic that buried them under ice in an instant.
They didn't stand a chance.
And how could they? Such magic requires the presence of a very powerful sorcerer. Someone on the order of an Ice Lord. They rarely take to the battlefield, but when they do, all hope is lost. Rumor here has it.
Who is this Black?
Don't tell me that you don't...
Don't take me for an idiot. I know what he is, but that doesn't really help.
He's one of the seven. He's known for his craftiness, his guile. He prefers using magic rather than his armies. In the past, he used to be more discreet. But for 2 years now...
What changed?
I don't know. The Ice Lord's alliance is a delicate balance. It is possible that this is the result of an internal power struggle. He has certain abilities that make him fit for the role. Black Frost is without a doubt very effective. Just...
Let's change the subject. Later.
Greetings, mercenary.
I'll be...
Ouais, j'ai une thune, moi d'ailleurs. 800. Alors, j'ai ce nouveau casque. Résistance au poison. Je vais prendre ça, juste pour le style. Recyclage. Good, good, good. Si. Ça, carreau d'arbalète, assemblé. Potion de santé. Allez. J'aurais peut-être dû regarder pour du potion de mana par contre.
Mercenary.
Did you see any freeborn blades in Carolthas after the Deadwalkers' assault?
Any what?
Freeborn blades. Mercenaries like me.
Difficult to say if they were mercenaries, but I saw some humans, yes. Some of them got captured by the living dead. Others... Anyway, I don't need to draw your picture.
Do you know where they were taken?
Only thing I saw was that they were split into several groups. For the rest, I was too busy staying alive.
How did you manage to make it through the battle?
Bit of luck, just like with everyone who survived. I'd pulled guard duty so many times in a row that I was sent on R&R. If you really want to know, I was in a steam room when the attack came, having a really hot bath. It was horrible. The deathly silence that fell on the city just like that, with just that awful cracking of ice. Anyway, I jumped into my uniform and ran like crazy until I found my commander. And now here I am. Nothing really heroic about it, I'm afraid.
What can you tell me about your commander?
I hardly know him. I wasn't in his unit. As far as I know, he wasn't that high up, but he's the highest ranking officer we have left. Anyway, I have to admit that he managed to bring us together, set up camp, and get a bit of cohesion going in us fugitives. That's not too bad.
How are things going in the camp?
Bah, we're short of everything and morale's not great. But we're together and alive. And most of us are really pissed off. In a way, you could say everything's fine. Even if I heard that the survivors from the human army were kicking up a bit of a fuss.
I'm leaving.
Ouais, je pensais en arrivant ici de trouver une ville quand même avec un semblant, tu vois. Je suis un peu déçu à ce niveau. Mais bon. C'est l'histoire qui veut ça. Ah, mais c'est toi qui me suis pour l'instant? Ok. Ah, d'ailleurs, j'ai pas pu faire la visite. Ah, purée, mais oui. Si je vais dans mes quêtes... Voilà, j'ai pas pu faire le safari. Quoi? Ah, bah oui, il est mort. Patate est mort. Je suis un peu déçu. Un peu déçu. Mais ouais, sinon, j'aurais bien aimé avoir quand même la ville. Ah, on peut pas réduire ça? Ok. J'aurais bien aimé arriver dans une ville qui était en bon état. Jusqu'à l'attaque, quoi. Mais ouais, j'ai pas eu cette chance.
Good day, even if the expression isn't necessarily appropriate. Can I help you?
I have some questions I'd like. Can you tell me more about the battle?
Battle? I don't really... We got wiped off the field. A defeat they'll be singing about in 1,000 years. If there's still anyone left. Just when our troops were getting ready to take the Deadwalkers' assault, that monster Blackfrost, and in a flash, the Estelduin left its banks and came down on the city, then froze most of our troops under these huge blocks of ice. Not many survived, and our city, well, you could see.
How did you manage to...
I guess that's the advantage of being a smith. The fireplaces protected me, and I had the time to escape before the undead showed up. Without my equipment
Do you know the prince personally?
I've done business with His Highness, yes, but I wouldn't say I really know him. I was honored enough to forge the first suit of armor that the king gave him. But I guess you're not really interested in the past. I can tell you that he hasn't let up since the war started. Several times after he came back to Carlthus, I've repaired his equipment, and from what I've seen, he must have been in the thick of things. I suppose he's our ruler now, as his father, may his soul reach the jewel, is dead.
Non, c'est pas Céline dead.
What do you want to know? He was lost in the battle. He was a great king, wise and cautious. Maybe too much so. I guess that despite everything, we should be grateful to him that we are the last to fall.
Where's the elven...
Army? What army? Our forces were decimated by the ice, and more died after. As for those who are still here, their equipment is battered, and I can't do a thing.
Do you know Belmar?
Do I know him? He's a legend for us. His repute has grown since this, but to be honest, it wasn't always this way. He robbed so many convoys and carts, every craftsman and merchant hated. But how can we keep hating him now? In the end?
Okay.
Let's talk about something. Show me what you...
Alas, not much.
C'est vrai qu'il a pas l'air grand chose. Putain, c'est cher. C'est pas mal. Ça c'est magie poison. Ok. Ok.
I have nothing to say to you, mercenary. You want to follow these gutless elves? That's your choice, not ours. Now leave us.
Sympa. Très sympathique comme mec.
Damn, it's freezing here.
I've spent many winters in libraries with no heating. Which reminds me, do you know if the library...
No idea. You looking for any book in particular?
Not a book, many books. The elves have the most advanced culture in the world. Their libraries contain work...
Ok, c'est lui est avec moi.
Mercenary, I owe you my life.
How did you get out of your...
I don't know. All I know is that I opened my... I just had the time to grab my weapon and get out into the village square. It looked like the general of the Deadwalkers was waiting for
Si j'avais pas fait la mission annexe, peut-être
Sometimes
qu'ils auraient
the sense of
pas été
duty
réveillés comme
is
ça.
more powerful than the pain.
Je sais pas.
Maybe the cure we made finally worked.
Relmar told me about that. Maybe you saved my life twice, not just once. Who knows?
Do you know Rel?
I knew him well. A long time ago. He and I were milk brothers. We grew up together in my... But life goes on. And by the time we were adults, we were... Relmar defied my father's authority and openly rebelled.
He had a good reason for it.
A good reason? What reason? Dragging us into a...
His cause was just. He refused to watch the other peoples of Vertiel suffer and fall one after the other. If the elves had helped, maybe...
We could talk about how just his cause is for days. How could we know what would have happened? Maybe we wouldn't be here today. He wanted to act fast. He was always impulsive. But and his best friend at the same time. He betrayed us, and his recent feats of arms can't change anything.
Okay.
Why did the elves...
That decision cost us dearly. It isn't easy to watch the other peoples of Vertiel suffer, but our king felt that we needed to gain time. We had information about the Deadwalkers that led us long before the war officially began. They were already crushing all of their opponents far to...
And you said nothing? You could have warned the other kingdoms.
We told them to avoid the fight, to flee and regroup. They didn't listen. So we preferred to stay neutral and not provoke the Ice Lords. They must have known they couldn't defeat us without losing a large part of their strength. So they saved the greatest prize for the last. We thought that our best... We underestimated them, and neglected to take into account the fact that each army they defeated...
Bah oui, pas de con.
Are you from Carolthas?
Yes, I was born there. I spent most of my life there. Carolthas is... We knock things down so seldom that the city is built in layers. But I've unfortunately never visited the underground levels, and I'm unfamiliar with the passageways there. I suppose that's why you asked the question.
I'll be going.
Il y a des passages souterrains potentiels.
Vulcan, I hope you've got good news.
What's the situation?
We've lost control of the outlying areas. The Deadwalkers have set up 2 watchtowers and are patrolling the Carolthas perimeter.
2 towers, huh? Precious. I could take them for you, if it would give us some breathing room.
That would let us try to execute some sorties. Up to you. But if you do try it, I'd be much obliged if you would let me know as quickly. Because that breathing room won't last long before the Deadwalkers realize something.
I have... How did you survive the Battle of Carolthas?
I was lucky. When we got wind of the arrival of the Deadwalker, I was outside Carolthas. Over the days that followed, I tried to gather together as many survivors as I could.
Ça devait être quelque chose quand même.
Do you know if there's any other resistance in Vertiel?
The rare information I get these days is not good. Several human... The Chiller has apparently laid waste to one of the major elf settlements in the east. There are probably pockets of resistance, but they are tiny and have no hope.
This war is lost. Thou wouldst better find the deepest pit and cower there until...
It is my duty to fight to the last breath, regardless of what chance you...
What can you tell me about...
I understand what you're asking. The answer is yes. Since the start of this war, the Prince has always been in the front line. He has demonstrated skill and courage, sometimes endangering his own life. He has, of course, taken some unnecessary risks, but the situation was different then.
I see. The young prince wanted to prove to his father that he was deserving of his...
He was merely seeking to protect his people.
Ok.
I'll be going.
Je vais laisser.
Just in time, Vulcan. I'm afraid I need...
What happened to you?
To me, nothing. It's about my people.
No.
No. I mean, yes.
I'm not sure
I'll explain. Every elf possesses a stone of souls, which contains the memories and these stones are passed from generation to generation. It's a way of preserving. With all of those who died at Carolthas, there are thousands of stones abandoned. You're no doubt the one who will be traveling to our city the most. If you could bring back as many of them as possible, actually all of my people would be in your debt.
All right, I'll take care of it. But don't expect to see me dancing around with a wheelbarrow.
That would in fact be an amusing sight. But I do get your meaning. Whenever you can, even if we manage to save only a very few, we will at least preserve some of the memories.
I'll see what I can do. I'll leave you here.
Attends, mais non, attends.
Relmar.
Yes?
I'll leave you.
Rien de plus. Tac, 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 tac. Chercher un moyen d'entrer dans la cité. Et la bibliothèque, je l'ai trouvé, la bibliothèque. Reprenez 2 tours de guerre. Ramasser un maximum d'âmes d'elfe. Ok. Donc ça, c'est mission secondaire. Je vais enclencher la mission principale.
Vulcan, I hope you've got...
I still haven't found your passageway beneath the city.
It's there, somewhere.
Ok,
I'll be
d'accord.
good.
Ok. Il faut que j'aille voir mes potes, moi. Les petits poteaux, ils sont là.
I wish I could go out on a recon, but the captain...
Ok. Mais t'es là, toi?
If I knew how messed up everything was gonna be.
I bet. But we're lucky you followed us. We could do with a good smith.
Yeah, well, seeing what's left of the village, it's not like I had a choice. And with you around, business is better than ever.
Let me see what you...
Tu m'étonnes s'il continue à vendre tes trucs. C'est pas trop mal en principe ce qu'il vend. Wow, l'arme du dragon. Bizarre. Ouais. J'ai pas les... Ah, j'ai les thunes, mais après j'ai plus rien. 75, ça empoisonne. Ok.
What is it, Vulcan?
I wanted... The Blades who were in the city. Do you think they made it?
I hope so. I really hope so. After all, they shouldn't have been taking part in the battle. Generally, the Ice Lords don't kill those they capture. They like to keep their prisoners close by. Let's hope that our lad...
J'espère.
What do you think of this?
The same as I always thought. That all of this fuss has made absolutely no difference. We are in the shite, and the only sensible thing to do...
You don't think we have any chance of winning?
How can you ask yourself that question? Standing in front of this devastation. Either you're blind or...
Do you know Carol?
I came here a long time ago, at the beginning of the war. We hoped at the time that the elves would have... There they were, all safe and sound in their city. Totally disinterested in taking any risk for any other races. When I learned that there was a battle brewing, and that the last of the human armies were gathering here, I sent a couple of...
Let's check. I have to...
What?
And what?
What can I do?
I would like to... I always hear people...
First, forget all the children's stories about a friendly force for good, or its mythical dimension. The World Heart is very real. It is from there that magic comes, as well as certain energies necessary for the proper... These energies can be captured and used. That is what magicians do. In their own way, each draws his power.
The demon insists we must purify it. That mean anything to you?
It's a good bet it is referring indirectly to the Ice Lords. As you know, those magicians have... This power has an origin and a cost. They drew it from the World Heart with a veracity that is true. Imagine leeches sucking away endlessly on the energy which feeds them. To purify it, you'd have to rid the World Heart of all those leeches.
So all we have to do is go to this place nobody knows and clean out the all-powerful magical parasites. Sounds like a plan? Aren't you?
Is that your polite way of suggesting I'm in?
I was simply concerned about your health.
Oh, how touching. But after having spent nights on end, trapped in a cage in the middle of...
We're going to try to take back...
Yes, of course. You'll need to locate a unicorn, a few leprechauns, and perhaps a fairy or two.
So you're saying it's impossible?
You catch on quickly. The might of the entire elven army was swept away in a few minutes. Be realistic. Your allies are disintegrating.
And then what? Wait for the war to be lost? Put off dying another month or two until the Deadwalker army...
You could hide yourself and learn how to control your demon. I could help you.
No way.
This incomprehensible affection for lost causes is going to be the death of you one day. But...
What happened at Carol?
Wait until your enemies have gathered and then take them by surprise using magic. To cast a spell capable of freezing a river, he would have to be here in person. He could be your key to the World Heart. Find him and eliminate him and the door...
Ouais, il faut tuer ce mec là, par contre ça va être chaud. Randall!
The knight knows this region well. He came here once before while he was protecting a delegation from the Alliance on their way to visit with the King of the Elves.
Ouais.
He would like to reconnoiter the area. He thinks he can find things that would be of great use.
If you think you can find something useful, go ahead. But remember, the position of... Hey, Buffalo. I see nobody's managed to...
Not before I've seen you blown up by one...
How's the company doing?
If you were to spend less time hanging around with your new friends, you'd know. It's not one. Already there weren't many of us, and now it looks like our only hope of success in this goddamn war is lying over there, colder than my granny's tomb. We can't last too long in this situation. The captain has to decide to make a move.
I reckon the Deadwalker army will find us before we have the chance to do... Have you had time to talk to the human soldiers?
Yes, but they didn't say much. I don't think they trust us, or the Red Scrub. They were just as stupid as we were. They thought they were going to join up with a great army to be safe.
Do you think they'll stay?
I don't think they're in any mood to fight. Once they've seen to their wound...
Okay.
What do you think happened?
That we are no more than fucking insects to those bastard Ice Lords. Just one of them was able to wipe out... We have no choice if we follow the rules. We have to find another way. Maybe your little...
For now, we know nothing.
Tell you what. If you save our asses, I'll buy...
I knew I needed some kind... I'm going.
Ok, on va pouvoir sortir.
Greetings, mercenary. I hope you're here to help us defeat the Deadwalkers.
C'est tout? Quoi par là? Ah, c'est les tours. Oh, merde. Les cons. Purée! J'aurais dû me soigner. ouais. Aïe. Putain.
We'll be watching this sector. Thank you for your help, mercenary.
Oh, par contre, la voie qu'ils ont pris, elle est pas... Elle est pas super. Ah, putain, mais c'est vrai que j'ai pris civil. Ah oui, donc c'est full heal avec elle. Ouais, voilà, c'est Pierre d'âme avec. Ok, donc là c'est une porte. Nous on va passer par l'autre côté. Ça doit être sur l'autre tour. Quel côté? Alors on va aller d'abord dans le coin là-bas. Ok, il y aura sûrement quelque chose à faire par là. Ou c'est par là qu'on va revenir pour un truc. J'aime pas trop ces dédales de... Ouais, j'étais spot de loin quoi. C'est quoi cette arme là qu'il a l'autre? Enfin, ils t'ont vu ou pas? Non, c'est bon. Par là. Merde. Bon, allez, go. Putain, il y a un gros. J'adore ma vie. On s'en fout ça. Allez, on peut essayer à le péter son pied de merde. Oh putain. Non, reste pas là. Non, non, non. Reste pas là. Oh putain, c'est vrai qu'il explose lui. Ça va, gars? Ah, ça va. Ah, attends, la zone elle est comment là? Ah, je peux aller parler à un gars à la tour, est-ce qu'il paraît? Continuons un peu. Ça va être sous le pont. Alors, toi là. Touché, ça fait mal. C'est vite, tu t'es amélioré hein. C'était vraiment pas très utile au début en fait. Là ça va mieux là. En fait faut que je visite quand même le secteur pour avoir les les pierres d'âme. Pour être bien. Ah, je peux aller parler au mec? Qu'est-ce que ça fait d'aller lui parler d'ailleurs?
If I were you, I wouldn't go near the main gate to the city. There are a...
C'est tout? Ok. Les Maccabées sont nombreux à l'entrée principale, et je pense logique par rapport à la situation. Allez, viens toi là. Saloperie. Voilà. Ça va, civil? Pas de corde. Putain, je pensais qu'il allait avoir des elfes. Continuer notre parcours là-dedans. C'est quoi ça? Je vais aller quand même voir la sentinelle, voir ce qu'elle a à dire.
The going's a bit steep, so be careful where you step.
C'est tout? Ok. Donc là je reviens vers là où j'étais. Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Oh! Très bien. Ouais, soignez-moi, vas-y. Par contre, je n'ai plus de potion de mana, je crois. Merci pour l'huile. Cher. On va continuer plutôt par là où on était là. Je sais pas si quand tu restes dans la zone, les mobs repop. Ça, c'est un truc que je sais pas trop. C'est étroit ici là. Pas trop ça parce que tu vois pas les mobs. Normal. Ok. Hop, voilà. Ici, c'est fini. On ne parlera plus parler. Sibyl enlève son cul. Alors, où est le truc clignote? Ah, il est là. Par contre, il n'y a pas d'autres guerriers elfes par là? C'est pour aller où ça? Non, on va pas monter tout de suite. Et en fait, j'ai un peu peur là maintenant des conséquences de ce que je peux faire.
got a problem.
Don't go anywhere near them. It's a trap. I'm certain you could master them in combat, but they are only here to delay you and raise the alarm.
We have to find another way.
Ouais, ça sera pas par là. Hop, ça c'est le petit pont en bois. Mais y a rien. Ok, d'accord. Donc là, j'ai récupéré ici. Très bien. Retour à la base. Par contre, je crois pas avoir 20 trucs d'elfes. Je crois pas avoir 20 pierres d'elfes. Putain, ils ont déjà respawn. Ils ont été vite. C'est pas une zone à gros chargement, donc ok. Qu'est-ce que je fais moi? Par là. Qui je dois parler là?
Relmar.
Yes?
I brought you.
Thank you. I'm sure it doesn't seem all that important to you.
I'll leave you.
Ok. Toi.
How can I? I'll be going.
Ok. Et toi.
I took care of that.
Really? Excellent. Now we can keep watch everywhere on the steps.
Alors.
Yes, thanks to you, we've taken the perimeter. Good work, Vol.
I still haven't found your pet.
It's there.
I'll be going.
Ok. Alors. Dans ces trucs-là, tout coûte 3 points. Rien n'est disponible parce que je me bats pas avec autre chose que l'épée. Chasseur. Ah oui. Super, dans une zone où il fait froid, j'ai la résistance au froid plus basse. Super. J'ai 1 point. Alors, ouais, ça va être mieux ça. Tac. Maintenant que j'utilise beaucoup la mana, ça serait con de pas plus l'utiliser. C'est quoi ça en fait? Envoie une onde de chaleur qui repousse tous les ennemis dans 24 mètres. Pas mal ça. Lame protectrice. Et on va l'améliorer. Moi j'aime bien les parades. Oh putain, c'est quoi tout ça? Pommeau, sang de serpent. Résistance au poison. Résistance au magisson. Résistance au gel. Santé max. Vitesse d'enchaînement. Ok, ça. Non, attends. Ah, ça pallie le fait que j'ai pas du tout. Ok. Donc là, ça augmente ma vitesse. Résistance au poison. Résistance au feu. Résistance à au gel. Embrasé. Moi, j'aime bien le fait que ça embrase. Ok, langue de serpent. Ça sent moins bien. Ça sent moins bien, on va recycler. Arbalète. Nouvelle arbalète. Je peux l'améliorer. Alors. Chose critique. plus de petits plus des dégâts physiques. Augmenter les dégâts physiques. Voilà. Et ça, on va laisser. Les gants. Résistance au poison, résistance à la magie. Alors ça, je vais recycler, j'en ai plus besoin. Et on va mettre ces gants là, on va les améliorer. Alors, résistance physique plus 6%. Résistance au feu. Magie sombre. Ça embrase. Ah, ça augmente les chances. Magie liée à ces coups durs augmente la puissance d'impact de l'onde. Ah d'accord, ça donne une interruption. Résistance au gel, dégâts, sphère de feu. Ah, c'est quand j'utilise la sphère de feu, ça c'est l'ombre, d'accord. Donc c'est quand j'utilise les pouvoirs. Juste faire la coupe. Je pense que je vais juste améliorer la résistance. Puis ce que je vais faire, c'est que je vais... Attends. Ah, après je vais commencer à manquer de ressources. Je vais arrêter d'améliorer mes trucs là. Où j'en suis au niveau des quêtes. Donc la bibliothèque, il faut aller en ville. Ramasse, il me manque 9 âmes et laisser Randval faire sa reconnaissance. Mais Randval, c'est bon, je vais laisser faire sa reconnaissance. Faire un rapport au commandement, hein. Ça c'est bon. Tour de guet, c'est bon. Retournons de l'autre côté. J'ai dû oublier de regarder où emmener le 2. C'était bien une porte, c'est qu'il faut prendre, je me souviens plus. Ok, c'est vers le nord. Passons par cette tour. Ouais, c'était cette porte là. Okay. Ouais, le chemin sur la montagne. Allez. Quoi? Ah, le E doit être plus loin? Non? Je? Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Pourquoi c'est tout rouge là? Je vais aller me mettre dans le lit. Peut-être qu'il faut que j'attende une certaine heure. Là c'est le jour. On va attendre la nuit. On va voir ce qui se passe dans la nuit. J'aurais dû passer par l'autre porte. Et hop. Mais c'est quoi ce bordel? Ah mais c'est... Attends. Ah c'est parce que je peux peut-être bien pas y aller pour l'instant. Peut-être que j'aille à la porte qui est à l'autre côté. Mais par contre pourquoi je devrais aller à l'autre porte qui est loin? Juste tout a du respawn, voilà, tout a respawn. Tout à respawn? Non, il n'y a pas les archers par contre. C'est vachement mal. Oh putain! fait vachement moins de dégâts, j'ai l'impression. Enfin, après, c'est peut-être juste une impression. C'est moi. Ce qui est bien, c'est qu'elle me soigne. Elle soigne elle soigne moi. Si. Super. En plus, ma magie va bientôt s'arrêter. Voilà. C'est bon. C'est vous toi qui a besoin d'être soigné là. Ah, bientôt plus de batterie dans mon casque. Qui est ce truc? Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça?
Now I've seen everything. The Deadwalkers kicking each other's asses.
I beg your pardon?
What? This one talks. What the hell are you, a lich? A zombie scribe?
We've only known one another a few seconds, and already you insult me. Charming, I must say.
If you aren't one of them, then what are you?
I am an immortal superior spirit. And you?
So you're an Ice Lord. I thought you'd be taller or something.
I have absolutely no involvement with that bunch of cheapskate conjurers, and I would never humiliate myself by working for them, since that's what you seem to be suggesting.
Yeah? Rotting flesh, sticking out bones? You sure as hell look like a damn Deadwalker to me.
Tut tut. Did no one ever tell you not to judge a book by its cover? It's true that you're young, but use your wits. Would I be fighting my own troops if what you suggest were the truth?
All I can be sure of is that you're not really alive, and that makes you my enemy. And what's more, you're in my way.
Pourquoi t'as dit ça, toi? Je veux pas me battre contre lui, moi, il a l'air sympa. même pas en fait. Ah si, d'accord.
Enough! I yield. This rotting body will not survive more punishment.
Qui es-tu?
In all my 6,000 years, I have never witnessed such power. You seem to be as unique a being as I am. What is the source of your power? What are you?
There's a demon inside me. A creature of flame that claims to come from the World Heart.
How fascinating. Even if the term demon seems to lack precision. Nonetheless, I must confess that in spite of my vast knowledge, I have no idea what this entity really is. At last, something interesting. I was almost dying of boredom. I suspect that exploring what's inside you will probably be quite exciting. No, don't speak. I'm coming with you. I can't wait to find out more about your case. So, how shall we begin our newfound friendship?
Notre collaboration? Oui. Je peux pas. Faut savoir, n'arrive pas attention.
I have to go into Carolthas. You seem to know your way around. Come with me.
But of course, there is no finer guide than myself. I know a secret way into Carolthas.
C'est vrai ça? Bon, je suis parti chercher mon câble, mais en fait, je me dis, on va s'arrêter là pour aujourd'hui. Je vais sauvegarder tout de suite là où j'en suis. Et on va se dire à une prochaine fois. On essaiera d'entrer dans la ville. Putain, il va falloir qu'on rentre plusieurs fois dans la ville parce que ça veut dire qu'il faudra que j'y retourne avec Sibyl et, plusieurs fois. Ça va être chiant. Mais bon, on verra ça la prochaine fois. Merci à tous ceux qui sont passés sur le chat. Et on se dit à une prochaine. Ciao, ciao.